Hello everyone, this is Manu here from Xiaomi. A big warm welcome to all our Mi fans, our media colleagues and everyone who is watching us live right now. And today we are launching multiple Mi products. To talk more about these products, I will pass on the camera to my colleagues.
Now I know that you guys have been waiting for long enough for the arrival of Mi 10 in India. So without wasting more time, let me give you the first look of Mi 10 5G in the India market. The first color which I want to introduce is the coral green. The second color which we are introducing today is called the twilight grey. Here is a much closer look of both the colors together. I will be segmenting my presentation into 4 different parts. Let's start by talking about this gorgeous flagship display. The display also is HDR10 Plus compliant. What I hold in my hands today is a gorgeous 6.67 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display. This is a 3D curved display. The second important thing which I wanted to highlight today will be the application of the 20 megapixel front camera module. Now as you can see it on your screens, the application of the front camera module is tiny. It's actually like a micro dot. The max brightness pushes up to 800 nits, and under the HBM mode, the peak brightness can push up to 1120 nits. Talking more about the display refreshes 90 times per second and is combined with a touch sensing rate of 180 Hz. The Mi 10 features a gorgeous 6.67 inch 3D curved AMOLED display. Allow me to give you a sneak peek into what the Mi 10's camera setup can actually do. Mi 10 is one of the few flagships out there which allow you to shoot 8K videos. I would like to emphasize upon that 8K is the future of cinematic videography. Talking more about videography, the Mi 10 also features a brand new shoot steady mode, which is a combination of OIS and EIS, and it produces some really stabilized footage. Now, even when you are shooting in difficult situations or difficult terrains, your footage is stabilized and ready for use. Let's talk about the 108 megapixel sensor. Now, if you compare the 108 megapixel sensor with the 12 megapixel sensor on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, it's huge. As you can see here, the 108 megapixel sensor is housed in the middle of the top camera module. It also features a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with a field of view of 123 degrees and is complemented with a 2 megapixel macro lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. At the bottom, you will also find a dual LED flash and a flicker sensor which is built within. The 108 megapixel sensor comes with OIS, which means that it allows you to produce some great stabilized content. You don't have the time to make mistakes, things move fast, and there are numerous stories in each and every frame. And also while you shoot, you have one less thing to worry about. Here's a beautiful shot from Shimla which our team clicked. And one way you can appreciate the goodness of 108 megapixel sensor is by looking at details which are even further away. Let's talk about night mode. Now, like I said earlier, let me show you a few examples to prove this point. One of the biggest challenges with night photography on smartphones has always been the grain in an image. An ideal night shot would be perfectly exposed and would be noise free, and this is exactly what we can see here. Let's talk about the portrait mode. The edge detection seems natural and all the colors throughout the frame are accurate and the details are sharp. We are also introducing AI 2.0. With this, you get exposure correction, color adjustment, brightness tuning, and it also helps with reducing the noise in the image, fixing the contrast, and enabling or disabling auto HDR. Today, we are introducing Pro Video mode on the Mi 10. With this addition, the idea is to emulate a professional camera experience through a smartphone camera. The Pro mode comes loaded with all these features. We of course ran out of space while trying to add all of it here, so here are a few. On the Mi 10, you can also shoot images in RAW mode. Now the samples which you see on your screen, of course, the unprocessed RAW carries a lot of information which is not tapped into. But with the new editing tools, you can edit these images and accentuate them even further. Let's quickly talk about performance. The Mi 10 in India will be powered by Qualcomm's flagship Snapdragon 865 SoC. With the support for Wi-Fi 6, Mi 10 delivers stable connectivity and delivers outstanding upload and download speeds even in congested areas. Also combined with industry's fastest RAM available for mobile computing, which is LPDDR5, to ship the fastest UFS 3.0 storage across all the variants for blazing read and write speeds. Talking about the variants, there will be two options available for the India market: 8 GB of RAM combined with 128 GB of storage, and 8 GB of RAM combined with 256 GB of storage. For the very first time, we are combining vapor chamber liquid cooling, 7-layer of graphite stack and graphene together to effectively reduce the CPU temperature by 10.5 degrees Celsius. Now let's talk about power. The Mi 10 houses one of the biggest batteries when you compare it with the other flagship phones. Even with a larger battery, we have ensured that it does not hinder with the overall ergonomics of the device. Mi 10 features 30-watt wire turbocharge with 30-watt charger in the box itself. But what excites me today the most is that we have finally reached a stage where wired and wireless charging have become equally powerful. I'm proud to announce that Mi 10 will feature industry's fastest wireless charging at 30 watts. So what you get on the Mi 10 is triple fast charge. 30-watt wired turbocharging with 30-watt charger in the box itself, industry's fastest 30-watt wireless charging, and 10-watt reverse wireless charging, which is Qi compatible. The last thing which I wanted to cover today is the overall device experience. We have completely reworked the haptic engine feedback on the Mi 10. Allow me to quickly explain. We are introducing X-axis linear vibration motor which simulates the feel of a mechanical keyboard. Not just that, we combined it with 150 different frequencies matched with different use case scenarios to offer a unique haptic feedback every single time. To match up to the brilliant display quality which I touched upon, Mi 10 in India will feature stereo speakers. This is an intelligent stereo setup which works along with multiple other sensors to understand the device orientation and switch the speakers automatically. Now, speed and stability is an experience, and to exactly ensure that, we are introducing 5G multi-link on Mi 10. This feature would allow the phone to connect to 3 networks simultaneously, including a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi plus a 5 GHz Wi-Fi plus a 5G or a 4G mobile network. Now, to talk more about the pricing and the availability, let me have Manu back on your screens.
Thank you so much, Raghu, Vinita, and Sumit, for taking us through these really incredible products. I'm happy to share that we are launching Mi 10 8GB 128GB variant at only 49,999 rupees, and the 8GB 256GB variant is being launched at 54,999 rupees.